I mean, you mentioned Mike Bossy earlier, and it's I always have kind of had this weird fascination with Bossy because I never saw him play, and he was such an amazing goal scorer, but I never got to really witness that. Do you see similarities in what Auston Matthews is doing? Because he's to me the best goal scorer we've seen in hockey in a while. And that's not to take anything away from Alex Ovechkin, who's been an absolute machine. But Ovi still needs a setup man, and Matthews may have that with Marner, but Matthews can get the puck on his stick and enter his zone and score at will by himself if he wants to. Like, it's on his blade. Is it that unique with Matthews? Or should we really look at this as truly beyond generational with what he's doing right now?
Yes, he scored 3 goals on Monday night. One of them, and I broke this down last night, one of them, honestly, when he picked the puck up, he knew where Marner was in the ice, that he wasn't in the play. He knew it was Bunting with him who was not getting the puck. It just wasn't. So he knew it was a shot opportunity right away. And so he ripped it, past Vasilevsky on the far side. Second one, Marner's the disher. He's going to a spot and it's a deflection right in front of the net. Third one, he picks up and he's looking for Marner to create a 2-man game that's going to come back to him. And I do think the column I wrote on Sunday actually was that he was a natural scorer. And those are 2 words you could almost say oxymoron. You really could, because it's really hard. And by the way, someone's trying to stop you. Radko Gudas is trying to stop you, or
the top line from the other team will always be trying to stop Auston Matthews.
Right. Then the defenseman, then the goaltender. So it's like layers. And I don't think he's like Bossy, though. Here's the word that I think about with Bossy, and I went head to head with him, and they looked this up 22 times. Elegant. He's an elegant scorer. Like, there was a grace to him, an elan to him that just was different, particularly for that day and age of rough and tumble, because he came in, in 76, 77. And man, oh man, when you watched him, you had to be careful not to watch him. And because you have to realize, okay, well, I'm actually on the ice supposed to stop him, not just watch him. I've got a really good seat here. And I told a story in studio about him having a hat trick one night against us on Long Island. And Rick Tocchet was -3 and hadn't left the ice from starting the game. So he started the game. Bossy scored 30 seconds in. Keenan was mad at him. So he changed his 2 line mates, left Tocchet on the ice. Bossy scored again on the first shift. So now it's 2-0. Tocchet's -2. He comes to the bench. Keenan's down at the door and won't let him off the ice. Tocchet got off the ice for the first time 6 minutes into the game. Bossy had 3 goals. Tocchet was -3. And so
the poor Rocket.
Yeah, exactly. But there was he was different than there's more of an aggressive edge that you're seeing that Matthews has. And he's, he'll strip the stick more. And he's so strong in his stick. His, his stick strength is tremendous. He'll pick the pockets. And yes, he has the elite passer, but hey, so did Bossy and Brian Trottier. And, and they're looking for them all the time. But he's different, I think, in the breadth of goals that he scores. Bossy was a little more rush-oriented or top of the circle on the offside. Like, what right winger was hanging out at the top of the circle at the offside in that day and age? And who covered him? Now you'll see the forward go up between the 2D quite often to try and pull the D out. But back then, it was like, it'd be my job to cover Bossy. And sometimes they'd line me up at left wing just to do that because I was a centerman. And I'd be like, where is he? Well, who's supposed to go over there? Like, I don't what if I go over there, who's over here? And so it was a pleasure I watched him as a fan. I played against him head to head, just special. But that word kept coming to me last night, elegant, and just how graceful he was in the way he did his job.